You're watching Guude. You're watching Guude. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on the vanilla server. As always, this is Jason, and that's the friendly Mindcrack creeper. He's on fire. So I see my armor's back back at 100% filled. I guess that was a controversial change, and it got changed back because my armor's still all kinds of beat up. I need to go repair it. Actually, I probably should do that today. Just have to go all the way back, get an anvil. That's a big much of a mess. We probably won't do that. That's a long ways to go, man. We got railroads to make. So I'm not sure where we ended off last time. I know we cut through this mountain. I was really excited about doing that. I like cutting through places. I thought that was like a little chicken at first, and then I realized it wasn't a chicken. I thought it was like wool, and I was like, what happened here? And then here we are. And that is all. That is my story. It has been told. Alright, so what is over this hill here? Hello. Wow, you'd have thought that would have been like a one slice dice. One slice dice? One slice kill. I've got so much crap in my inventory here. Let's throw these over here. Oh man. Oh, whoa, what was that? Two for two. Okay. So, critically acclaimed kill. There's what I need to do. Crap, it's getting dark. I do not have my bed. This is a problem. I missed. Oh, looky over here. Looky here. Looky what we have found. We have found the necessary materials to make a bed. So to get rid of some of this crap. There we go. We want their meat too. We'll eat their meat. Yeah, we will. So, while I'm killing these things, I had an interesting thought earlier today. One I imagine is probably not a common thought, but I had it either way. This is pretty common. My common thoughts are normally uncommon thoughts for other people. So I was God, how did this come to be? Ah, right. So there's this my dad used to date this woman. Her name was Sue. She's dead now, so I can say her name. I don't guess it really matters if she was dead or alive. You're never going to know who she is. The point is, she was a little bit out there. She wasn't, all her eggs did not make it into the same basket. Lots of baskets were used to carry all her eggs. And, man, that's a good way to describe people with multiple personality disorder. They just keep their eggs in separate baskets. Yeah. Anyways, that was her problem. I don't actually think she had multiple personalities. I think all of her personalities were fucking insane. But maybe part of this was because whenever she was younger, her sister disappeared. And she was convinced that aliens had taken her sister. There was no other explanation that made any sense for her. Where do we want to have a town at? That's what I'm trying to decide. Try to decide where our next town will be. I don't know how far I've gone, actually. Let's take a peek at our X here, and let's make an executive decision on the next town. So we're at like 50. Man, spawn. We're about halfway to spawn right now, which is that means we still got a good ways to go here. All right, so let's see here. I think maybe 500 blocks between each town is acceptable. Anything less than that is too short, I'm gonna say. So let's see where we end up while I tell the story. So I remember she would come and visit. Looking back on the women that would come to the house to visit my dad, I mean, it wasn't like a, I don't know, it wasn't like a revolving door or anything. Like he would stay with the same woman for a period of time, but a lot of them were pretty crazy. There was this one that had a ferret. What was her name? Michelle? She lived in Fayetteville. We'd go visit her, and the fucking ferret was insane. It's the only ferret I've ever known. I don't remember his name. I guess I didn't know him that well. Anyways, the only ferret I've ever met, and he would like climb up your pants leg. I wasn't that old. I was like 7 or 8, so like I didn't have the appropriate pant leg. Man, if he had met me when I wore Jinkos, I'd have been his best friend. But yeah, he was a pant leg climbing ferret, and like my dad was like almost 7 foot tall, and it's hard to believe, right? With as short as I am. Okay, so this is only about 200 blocks away, so I think we need to go a bit further here before we commit to another town. So anyways, back to the story of Sue. She was a bit crazy. She was always known for being crazy. They had a weird family structure even. Like, I think I've talked about her son before. Chris was his name. He was the whiniest, brattiest kid. We'd go over there to their house. I remember going there for a birthday party one time, and they were just the worst. Sue's father actually hit him with a tractor, and they sued him, the father, for a bunch of money. Like, Chris was set whenever he turned 21, if I remember right. I don't know what's happened to him since then, because this was many years ago. But he had, like, close to $1 million just in the bank from this lawsuit. Inter-family lawsuit. So strange to me. But I mean, I guess it happens all the time. But still. The point of my story, I've gone on the longest bit of insanity here that has nothing to do with what I actually want to tell you about. So her sister disappeared when she was younger, and I remember she'd always talk about it, and she was convinced 100%. You could not convince her of anything else other than her sister was abducted by aliens. And as a kid, this was like terrifying to me, because this was an adult that would talk about this abduction with such conviction. I mean, and she'd even convinced herself that she had seen signs that this was going to happen and stuff. So I got to hear a lot about this abduction that happened to her sister and how the aliens took her. So many years pass, and there's this pond near my house, and they end up finding her. They find the sister in a car in the pond. Apparently she'd been there for a long time. I think this was even after. The thing I can't remember, and it's sad to think about, I don't even know if Sue was still alive when the sister was found. I can't remember if my dad was still around, or I can't remember exactly when this car was found. But eventually, so yeah, and they end up identifying, and it was her sister. So today, I passed the pond, and my car, just driving along, and I think about it, and I think about the fish that ate Sue's sister, and how many years, the body sat there and continued. I mean, it doesn't probably take that many years for the fish to eat it to the point where there really wasn't, much left. But those fish, let's say those fish were then now caught by a fisherman. Oh man, I want to see if I keep my 100% streak. No, but it's still a little bit higher than I'm used to. That's what she said. I don't know why she would say that. So if you caught one of those fish and you ate it, is that cannibalism? Is it? Because you just ate some human. Like, especially if it was like still in the stomach, right? Like the fish was, and you like, especially if you cook the fish whole, you cook a whole fish, like just put it in the oven, put some lemon slices on it, cook it right on up, human in belly whole. I mean, I guess you normally still clean the fish even whenever you are going to cook it whole like that. But even then, so okay, let's say you cleaned it, you did a good job cleaning the fish, you removed the stomach and whatever, the roe, the liver, all that stuff. And you cook it, it's still like in the fish. You know what I mean? It's still there. It's still like part of its makeup was this human it ate earlier. But so I got to thinking about that, and then like, okay, so let's just go and say that's not cannibalism. That's not, okay. It's too far removed. But what if it was? So let's say that was cannibalism, because you're still eating a human and blah blah blah. How far removed do you have to be where it's no longer cannibalism? Like, let's say you know, back in the day, we'd bury people in the ground, and we wouldn't have like these really strong coffins and stuff like we have now. So they would decompose and they'd become part of the earth. I mean, you've all seen Lion King. You know the score here. And when I say score, I don't mean the one that Elton John made. But anyways, so back then, you know, we're planting our people in the ground basically, and they're kind of becoming fertilizer. So then our plants are grown from the fertilizer created by, you know, grandma. So then, I mean, we can pretty much admit that, you know, my example of the fish probably isn't cannibalism. So this really isn't. I guess, you know, I guess it's not. I mean, now we have fruit and vegetables that are grown from the remains of someone. It was used as fertilizer. That's absolutely normal, right? We're not eating people. Okay, so we can definitely agree that example is, I mean, even my fish one's a little bit far, because it was kind of involuntary for one thing, right? I mean, people fall off of boats and die in the ocean all the time. Refugees are trying to come from other places, Cuba, you name it, to come wherever, go place. I mean, we have these refugees right now that are trying to be housed in Europe. I mean, the Titanic. Think about how many people died there and got ate up by sharks and squids and all kinds of stuff. I mean, you might be having a nice appetizer of calamari at Applebee's. Meanwhile, you're eating Bob. And you don't even know what part of Bob. Maybe that squid ate his dick. You're eating Bob's dick. It'd be fine if it was Richard's dick. It's an opportunity missed. So, okay. So we can admit my example of the fish, you know, it's involuntary. It's not cannibalism. Right? So now, let's say I get some pigs. Okay? And I feed the pigs my friends. And then I eat the pigs. Is that cannibalism? I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to know how far I have to take a body before it's no longer cannibalism. Because maybe I'm okay with doing all kinds of fucked up shit, but cannibalism, that's too far. You know what I mean? So, like, maybe I'm okay with feeding my friends to pigs, but I'm not okay with eating them directly. You know what I mean? You can get behind that? And this is just the type of thing I think about on a daily basis. You know, the other night, I was watching some TV, and I used to buy a lot of DVDs. I've talked about this before. I mean, a lot of DVDs. Every Tuesday, I would go to Best Buy. Oh, my throat's itchy. 1 second. All right. So every Tuesday, I would go to Best Buy, and I'd buy all the new releases. Everything new that had come out in that last week, I would buy. I mean, and we're talking about, I got some shitty movies in my collection right now, and TV shows, because I'm not just talking about the movies. I mean, every TV show, you name it, it was released. I bought it. I own a bunch of animes that I'll never watch. I mean, I own a lot of stupid shit that I don't have any reason to own. It was just it was an addiction, I guess. This is the best way I know to describe it, man. I every Tuesday, it was without fail, I would do this. And I think it was partially because of a friend of mine. Every so often, you no longer get that you can't sleep at night. I had a friend of mine, his name was Scott, and he would do the same thing. So it was almost like we were in competition with each other. Because, like, I remember this Full Metal Alchemist box set came out that was, like, in these tins. And I already owned the Full Metal Alchemist DVDs, but I didn't own these tins versions. So I bought those, and he was so jealous. This is like such a waste of money. But anyways, I still have all these DVDs. And so the other day I was trying to come up with something to watch. You know, that's the biggest problem with buying all these things, is you never rewatch them. So it really feels like you've wasted your money whenever you've spent money on something that you use once and never ever use it again. Well, I guess there's lots of things that I mean, disposable things do that, right? So if it's something disposable, then that is, like, by definition what you do with it. But anyways, the DVDs are not disposable. I mean, you could throw them away. Is anything you can throw away disposable? I don't know. I guess everything's disposable that way. Look at it like that. Anyways, God, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, buying so I bought all these DVDs, and I was leaving the room the other day. I decided to watch Oz again. By the way, in case you want to know what I ended up picking out of my DVDs to rewatch, I rewatched Oz, which I've already finished doing now. This is a couple weeks ago. Which Oz is a good show, man, really good show. God, man, Tobias Beecher. Anyways, so I'm leaving the room, and I noticed the Cosby Show sitting there on the shelf. All the seasons of the Cosby Show on DVD. And I think to myself, Jason? That's how I refer to myself, like that. Those are probably either worthless or rare now. And the thing is, I don't know which they actually are. Because, I mean, we got to admit, we found out our childhoods have been ruined. We found out that Bill Cosby's a dirty old man. I mean, you saw that face he got about some Jell-O. Let's be honest. I mean, all jokes aside, this is really something I guess you should joke about, but truth is, everything can be funny if you just look at it the right way. Your mom. Anyways, God damn it. So yeah, I don't know what I have here. I bet. Do you think I need to go see if they're still selling these box sets, and if so, if they're like super cheap. I mean, I feel like I probably overpaid for these. That, or I made a wise investment in something that's now super rare. I remember whenever God, what's his name? OJ wrote that book. What if I did do it or something like that? And like you couldn't get it anywhere. Like no one wanted to sell it or something. If I remember right, that was a thing, right? OJ definitely did something where people just wouldn't even sell it, whatever the product was. I can't quite remember exactly what that product was now that I'm speaking about it. I think it was that book though. Almost positive. If I did do it or something like that. I can't believe how much shit has changed since then. You look back at like, or at least I look back at that moment when they're chasing OJ down the street in his white Bronco, and how, I mean, I was in school then, and I remember we stopped doing schooling for that day to watch this motherfucker drive around. That ain't news. It ain't news. Was that like the turning point whenever news stopped being news, you think? Nah, turning point probably happened way before then. Yeah. Anyways. Cannibalism. So, talking about disposable things. Everyone's recently seen my... Well, not everyone. If you're anyone important... Just kidding. You've seen my my Tenga egg review uncracking video, and a lot of the comments talk about how it's like the same as a I guess let me start over. If you don't know what it is, Paul and I did a video at PAX Prime where we opened up this product called Tenga egg, and what it is a disposable masturbatory product. Basically, it's an egg. It's an egg. Shit you not. It comes in like the little egg cartridges you see for like Easter. You know, where you like the colored different plastic colored egg things, and you put candy in them. Well, this is like that, except you don't put candy in it. You put your dick in it, really. So it you open it up, and it's this silicone egg that then has lube inserted inside of it. You squeeze the lube into the egg, and then you go to town on your penis. And that's it. So, there's a lot of questions that come from the fact that... Ooh, come. From the fact that this video even exists. Like, why did Pause and Guude make this video? Well, that should be pretty self-explanatory. If I think something's funny, I want it to be a video. And I like making people laugh, so things exist for the sole purpose of laughter. That's pretty much that's the answer to why 99% of my videos exist. And if I'm not making a video with that purpose, normally something's really wrong and I'm having to make a video that I don't want to make. So basically, I think 100% of the videos I want to make are supposed to make you laugh. Even like if it's like something like where it's like a tutorial and I'm showing you how to do something, there still should be some humor injected in that video. So that's why my videos exist. Even the fucking parking lot video was to make you guys laugh. And it made me cry. So anyways, we Pause knows a guy. Richard Hammer's his stream name. I have to admit I had not met him before PAX. So this was my introduction to the hammer, to the Dick Hammer. Richard Dick, you get it? Ha 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 ha. So if we cut straight through, this is actually gonna look beautiful if we just cut straight through. So we're gonna do another mountain cut here. So anyways, Richard Hammer gave us, well, he was showing them, and I walked up. We were in the Twitch booth, and he was showing them to Pause, and I walk up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And Pause was like, it's a fuck egg, and I'm like, oh wow, okay. And so, you know, Richard's explaining them to us and how exactly they work, and how he's a big fan of them, and has talked about them in some of his streams. And so one of his fans gave him a dozen of them. He had the soft silicone, which is ones that he uses, and then he had the hard silicone, which he'd never used before, and that's what he gave to Pause. And I was like, I want one. And he didn't know me, right? So he just kind of looked at me and then didn't really respond, and I was a little bit sad. He goes away or whatever. We were there for our signing. It was time for the Mindcrack sign at the Twitch booth, and so that's why we were there. And he walks off. Where are we at right now? I'm gonna hit F4, not F3. Okay, we have almost made it as far as I wanted to make it, as far as 500 blocks is concerned. So let's see here. You know what we ought to do? Oh yeah. This is gonna be a town in the side of this mountain right here. Right here. This is like town hall. Bam. Let's make an official town hall building. Christened by a feather. Okay, this is going poorly. Doesn't matter, this is only temporary. Town hall. This is the seat. Town hall. Look at this. This beautiful cave it just descends into. I think every town should have a ready-to-abba cave just waiting for you. You come to this town, you get an abba cave. With every town, one free abba cave. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, he gives one to Pause, and we start doing our signing, and he comes back through the line while we're doing our signing, and I'm like, and Pause is like, oh, you got one too, right? And I'm like, I did not. And I look at Richard, I look him in the eyes, look him dead in the eyes, and I'm like, I wanted to do an unboxing video. And that spoke to him. I was speaking his language. Because he loves these eggs, man. They're like his part of his family. Actually, no, they're not. They're not actually anything like being a part of his family, because that would make them weird. I take that back. They're not known as the sister fuck egg. Yeah. Anyways, so he gave me one too, and so I told Pause, I'm like, we have to do something funny with this. There has to be a video that features this product. And a lot of times I push for these type of things, and they just don't happen. And it's the reason why they don't happen is not because we don't want them to happen. Just time gets the better of us, and we don't make the thing that we said we were going to make. But in this case, for once, it actually did happen. The thing that I wanted became a reality, and I'm really happy about that, because this video exists. I don't actually know how it was received by you guys. It was very mixed review of the review. The review got mixed reviews. You could say. Wait, how does this work? Oh god. There we go. But I'm okay with that, honestly, because I had a good time. And this is the type of content I want to make. I don't necessarily want to review sex toys. I want to make things that people don't expect to see, you know? No one came to my channel that day saying, "Damn, I'm going to watch Guude review a fucking masturbatory egg." So yeah, you know, it's something fun. It's something different. And that's what I'm going for. You know? So, just having a good time here. And you guys are along for the journey. We're on a journey together. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. It's pretty weird of me. I want you to want me. I need you. That was not intended. Yeah, I think that's going to be probably about it for today, guys. We have passed our $18,000 mark for Extra Life Charity, so we're trucking along here. I have managed to get my shit together, so this week, if you are a part of the Extra Life team on my GameLisp channel thing, link in the description below, then you will get your videos a day early. And sometime this week I plan on doing the rest of the shoutouts that we did not finish the other day. So yeah, things are back in order here up until I leave again for TwitchCon, in which case I'll probably screw everything up. My entire schedule will go to shit, and we'll have to do like a week catch up after TwitchCon too. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. If you did, leave a like. But for real, you could do that. That's a thing. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.